Yes, take the leap. Do it. It's scary, it's nerve-wracking, it's exciting, it's all the feelings. Do it. You will not regret it. You will not regret it.
Hey, it's Cindy here again. How are you? Cindy Chase from Coffee Connections podcast. I am at a local park. So I was at a ladies event all day today, BizBrigrade, Womanition BizBrigrade. And I haven't been to one of those in about 10 years, I would have to say. Not that it wasn't good, it's just I was doing other types of networking, BNI and CIBN, Edmonton Chamber of Commerce. But I decided when I was invited to go to the Womanition BizBrigrade, and it was all about, it's a BizBrigrade Leadership Conference. It was all about leadership ethics and running your business and being ethical at the same time, transparency, honesty, and they even spoke. There was 16 guest speakers, and they even spoke on AI ethics and how to make sure that whatever it is that you put out saying that your business can do, that you can actually perform what you said you're going to do, because AI can make you sound fabulous, but if you don't have the tool sets to provide the services, then you're going to let down your customers, and it's not going to do very well for your reputation as well. So then you have to start all over again from scratch. So I sat with a group of ladies. Carrie-Anne Doucette was the fabulous connector that invited me and introduced me to these ladies, and I was fortunate enough to interview 2 or 3 of them and pick their brain a little bit about what it means to be a female entrepreneur, what they learned, and they shared some advice for up-and-coming women entrepreneurs. So stay tuned and sit back and enjoy, grab a coffee. Hey, I'm at the BizBrigrade Womanition today. A room full of people. I would say women, but there's men here as well. Let's learn. We're going to listen and learn. I am at the Womanition BizBrigrade event here at Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I'm going to talk to some fabulous women and ask them a couple of questions. These are women entrepreneurs who have paid their dues, who've walked the walk, and they have some advice or some insight to share with you viewers and for myself as well. So let's talk to our first one.
I'm Shawna Neumeier.
Hi, Shawna. And what do you do? What type of business do you have?
I own the Plato's Closet in Sherwood Park.
Nice.
It's a resale store where we buy and sell gently used teen and young adult casual clothes.
Awesome. Yeah. And how many years in business have you been?
Just 4.5. I opened in the middle of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a teacher for 20 years.
Oh.
And so just came to that moment where it's time to move, and I luckily found this opportunity, and I just love it.
Nice. And you must have learned a lot of things along the way, what works and what doesn't work. Do you have any advice for up and coming entrepreneurs, whether it's in the secondhand clothing or previously used clothing? Do you have any advice to share?
I've really found that to not see other stores that are similar to you as competition. When you work together, you make each other stronger. I've really noticed that some people don't want to connect and bond and share ideas, but I've found when I've bonded and even mentored other women that are in the same, it just made both of our businesses stronger. And so I really feel that it's important to collaborate.
Exactly. And empowering too, right?
Yeah.
So are other clothing stores mostly women owned?
Probably. In mine? Yeah, probably they're mostly women owned, yeah.
Do you have any advice for up and coming women entrepreneurs that you've learned what works as a woman and what might not?
Well, because I was a teacher before, I wanted to have a business so bad, and I dreamt about it for years and years and years and never had the courage to do it. And I thought, I'm not smart enough. I don't know anything about business. How could I leave a good paying job that has benefits and a pension? It was really hard. It took me a lot of years to get that courage to do it because I just didn't think that I knew enough to do it.
Yeah.
And so my advice would be to just believe in yourself and jump. And it's hard if you've got a job already that's stable.
Right.
But it really paid off. I never once regretted it after I took that leap.
Wow. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, we're on our break, so can't have a break without food. It's almost time for lunch, so that's why most of the good stuff's gone. Uh-oh. So we have Natalie. How do you say your last name?
Povse.
Wow, Natalie Povse. We're at the Womanition event, and Natalie has a business. Share with us what that business is.
I am the proud owner of the first Style Encore in Edmonton, Alberta.
Nice.
I've been in business for 10 months now, and it has been an interesting growth period for me, and not once have I regretted my decision of leaving corporate either.
Wow.
For this
What
business
corporate industry were you in before? What type
oil
of?
and gas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a big corporation.
Right.
Yes. And human resources.
Oh,
to
wow.
boot. Yeah.
So, 10 months you said?
10 months.
And what have you found to be the hardest in your 10-month journey?
I would say the fear of not succeeding, being the first in Edmonton, no one knowing the brand really, and then just really having that brand awareness get out there.
Right.
But I've had the best support from the other franchises, such as Plato's Closet, and
Nice.
Once Upon a Child, and Play It Again Sports.
Wow. Do you have any advice for specifically women entrepreneurs who are wondering, should I take the leap?
Yes, take the leap. Do it. It's scary, it's nerve-wracking, it's exciting, it's all the feelings. Do it. You will not regret it. You will not regret it.
Awesome. Okay, and here we have Sarah, who is also an entrepreneur. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. So I'm a destination wedding photographer and videographer. I also do content creation for small businesses, and I also do festivals and event coverage as well.
Wow.
I've spent the last 13 years growing my business from around the world. I started in BC, and then I hit the world running. I packed up a backpack, sold everything, and I planned to not come back, but here I am 6 years later.
Wow.
I never thought I'd make it back, to be honest, but I'm glad to be, because it feels like a full circle. I get to restart my business from the ground up with all the experience, all the skills, and a portfolio that I built up around the world and bring it home. And so I really feel like my journey has been, I call it the journey home.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so when you say a destination business, does that mean you'll travel to anywhere to do
Weddings
project?
and stuff, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
typically for weddings, I do destination weddings. So I've traveled to Newfoundland, I've traveled to Palm Springs, I've traveled to Mexico twice,
Wow.
Puerto Vallarta, and when I was in Australia, I did weddings all over Australia as well on the western side.
Wow.
So yeah, I do a bit of travel as well. It's something that I think because I have a lifestyle of travel, it makes me the choice to be that photographer, because I've already set up my whole life to be able to just up and go whenever
Right.
I need. A lot of photographers don't have that kind of ability, and sometimes the local market is also quite competitive, and sometimes I would say the local market is more expensive than it is to hire a destination wedding photographer and videographer. The reason for that is because it's tourism. Simply put, you're adding weddings and tourism together.
Right.
So destination weddings are super expensive when it comes to hiring a local photographer and videographer.
Right.
So I found a way to combat that, and to get a bit of travel under my belt, become a destination wedding photographer.
Nice. What's the name of your company?
Wild Love Media.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
And as a woman entrepreneur, what have you learned along the way that, say, a male entrepreneur might not relate to? Like, what about if you're traveling? What about safety and where you're going to stay? Is that an issue, or?
That is a fair question. Actually, in my industry in specific, being a female traveling entrepreneur that's solo does come with some risks. And I would say destination wedding photographers and videographers that are male, they don't even consider or think about those kind of things. So I think it's easier for them to just up and go without a worry or any stress or the risks.
Yep.
But I mean, I've had a great journey traveling as a solo entrepreneur, but that's not to say I haven't had some bad experiences.
Right.
I have definitely had some pretty traumatizing experiences traveling, and I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, that's
Right.
for sure. When you go traveling, you have to expect, as a woman, that you might have a few challenges along the way, and as a woman entrepreneur as well, like, I find that the industry works against us a little bit as entrepreneurs. Many people don't take you as seriously if you're a woman, especially a younger woman as well, if you want to be a younger female entrepreneur.
Right.
People don't see us as seriously as I think they
Or
would take women,
experienced,
or
right?
experience.
Yeah.
And the problem is there's also not a lot of places to get that experience. Luckily in my industry, it is something that's, I would say, it's an unregulated industry, but there's a lot of room to grow, and a lot of room to challenge the industry with your skills and your assets, and get your name out there to be taken seriously as a female.
Do you have any advice for female entrepreneurs that are possibly thinking of going into photography, especially destination?
Yeah, destination weddings, I would say if you're gonna do it, and as a female, like, do it young especially. It's only harder to get yourself out there and to start traveling the world as you get older, specifically because of visas. A lot of people don't really realize the visa implications of being a destination wedding photographer, and I think that if you want to do it soon, do it while you still can. The younger, the better. If you do it before 30, you have a better chance at having a more successful long-term.
Right.
And also, if you want to become a destination wedding photographer and have less boundaries, then I highly recommend finding a way to get yourself published in more world-renowned projects, and definitely join the World Photographers Associations, because those will really help you elevate your brand and your business and get you above the people that are just on the lower end market. And I think that that's a great way to also build your business with a good start off with success, and it's something that I wish I had done many, many years ago.
Right.
So yeah, if you're going to start young, and don't be afraid to travel. Check up on your visas. Make sure you are legally allowed to work there before you go.
Good idea.
Don't take the risks. And I guess one interesting thing that I can say is, like, I have actually been deported for wedding photography.
Oh.
When I was in Australia, I stayed on a visitor visa because I expected to get residency within a couple of months, and I did a gig that I didn't expect to be doing for my health. I had to cover some cancer expenses while I was overseas. I had insurance prior, and then it run out, and I still had medical to face, which I didn't expect. I thought that I was going to be all good. So, don't give up on your dream, but definitely be smart about it and think about your long-term plan, because I threw my whole life away, unfortunately, and it wasn't my choice, and it wasn't, anything that I had done wrong per se. Even the border crossing guys were like, "We are so sorry that this happened to you." They understood my whole entire situation, and it's something that I actually think people don't really consider, especially as a destination wedding photographer or videographer. It's not spoken about a lot. You see destination wedding photographers and videographers going around the world constantly, and you wonder how they do it, because legally they probably shouldn't be.
No.
And that's probably the dark secret. So I would say make sure you're legal, do it right, and do it young. It'll be easier for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I hope you enjoyed that short video. If you or anybody you know that has a business or an encouraging and a motivating story to share, get them to contact me. You can go to my website, and it's www.coffeeconnectionspodcast.com, and there's a guest wait list form to fill out. It just basically gives me your email address, your website, the type of industry you're in, and what you would like to focus on when we have our conversation. Reach out to me if it's you or somebody you know. Get in touch.